call it the blue economy. But here at the coast, life starts with a different kind of blue. It's the water in your glass, the flow in our schools, and the lifeline of our wildlife. Welcome to the world of the Coast Waterworks Development Agency, or as we like to call it, the heartbeat of the coast. Born from the Water Act of 2016, we stepped into our new shoes on May 3rd, 2019. But don't let the new name fool you. We've been the guardians of these springs and pipes since back when we were the Coast Water Services Board. Today, under the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, our mission is crystal clear: to build, maintain, and sustain the very veins of this region. Our work is cut out for us. Being in charge of 3 major coastal water sources means we never sleep. We're out here ensuring continuous flow, hunting down leaks and bursts before they become crises, testing every drop for purity, and managing the invisible systems of sewerage and meters that keep our cities running. But the real heavy lifting, that's bulk water. Think of us as the wholesaler of life. We harvest liquid gold from 4 legendary sources: the ancient Marere Springs and Tiwi boreholes in Kwale, the powerhouse Baricho Works in Kilifi, and the pristine Mzima Springs in Taita Taveta. Through us, counties don't just share water, they share a future. We supply the big players:
Taita Taveta Voi Water and Sewerage Company, Tavevo, Kilifi Mariakani Water and Sewerage Company,
Kimawasco, Mombasa Water, and all our partners from Lamu to Tana River. Because of Coast Water, no county is left dry. We are talking about a mission that serves over 4.7 million people. Take Pemba Dam in Kwale. We are purifying 300,000 liters of groundwater every single day, using a mix of science and dedication. And it's not just for people. Our dams quench the thirst of the wild animals that make this region beautiful.
The water from Pemba Dam is connected to the water from Marere, which supplies Kwale and Mombasa. The water source is in the Shimba Game Reserve. Yeah, even animals use the water, but we normally treat it and connect it to the Marere pipeline, and it supplies to Mombasa and parts of Kwale.
Deep in the Shimba Hills National Reserve, where the birds sing loudest, lies Marere Springs. Established in 1927, this veteran source produces 7 million liters a day, and we aren't stopping there. A massive new treatment plant is rising as we speak to boost that supply even further.
When we get the water abstracted from the Marere streams, they add a chemical, it's aluminum sulfate, which is added to the water. Then it gets to the disinfection machines. Then it's pumped through the pipes to consumers. There is a treatment plant which is being built, but the treatment plant essentially is meant to for the water hygiene, mainly for making it's an issue of quality, water quality. It will enhance the quality of water. Not that it will increase the quantities, no.
Now we cross from County 002 to 003, Kilifi. This is Baricho Waterworks. We are drawing from the Sabaki River's aquifer to feed the giants, Mombasa, Malindi, and Kilifi. With a 105-kilometer pipeline network, this is high-stakes engineering. 110 million liters a day. That's the power of Baricho. And the future? It's looking bright, literally. We are installing a solar plant to keep the pumps running while keeping our footprint green.
Baricho was started in 1982, and it comprises of 15 wells. And these wells pump water to largely Mombasa and Kilifi County. It will be of great significance because, you know, in Baricho we use boreholes, which essentially it means we use power to pump the water. And the requirements for power is slightly above 8 megawatts, sometimes 8.4, 8.5 there. But when the power plant is finished, it will be producing 4.2, around 4.2 megawatts, which is almost half of the power needed there. And this will go a long way in helping us save like roughly 20 million of our power bills, because currently we are paying almost 40-50 million every month in power bills. But the plant will help us reduce that power bill by almost half. So we are estimating like at least 20 million. We'll be saving at least 20 million shillings.
In Tsavo National Park, nature does the work for us. Mzima Springs is a natural marvel. Filtered through the volcanic rocks of the Chiulu Hills, the water emerges famously clear. It's so beautiful, it starred in a 1969 documentary. But for us, it's a vital source for 4 counties.
Okay, the water from Mzima Springs comes from the Chiulu Hills. The Chiulu Hills, which goes underground and it emerges at Mzima. At Mzima, there is a way that is abstraction. We treat it, and it's largely pumped to Taita Taveta, Kwale, and Mombasa. Much of the pipeline passes through the national park, which poses a challenge when it goes to repairs and what have you, because we have to engage the KWS so that when our workers are working and not attacked by the wild animals. That's a very big challenge. The fact that it's somehow deep in the park, the road is sort of not all that good, so that is one of the challenges. And further, the presence of the wild animals also poses a danger, which makes maintenance in those regions to be a little bit tricky. Yeah, especially when it's a major burst and workers have to stay there overnight. You know, it becomes tricky. We have to engage the KWS, even the police to come with us for us to do our work effectively.
Now, let's head down the Likoni Lungalunga Highway. Just beneath the surface here lies a hidden giant, the Tiwi Aquifer. It's not just a patch of land, it's a powerhouse of 16 strategic boreholes working around the clock.
The Tiwi Aquifer was constructed or commissioned sometimes in the 70s. The capacity of Tiwi is 10,000 cubic meters per day. Of significance is Mwache, the Mwache Dam, which is a mega project here, which that is after the completion of the Mwache Dam, at least we are expecting that water problems will diminish in Mombasa, given that it will be giving like 186,000 cubic meters per day. So it will be a huge water resource for coast water and the coastal people, and especially some Kwale and Mombasa, because part of the water will be pumped through here at Ngutatu to serve the northern part of Mombasa, the special economic zone, and parts of Likoni, that is south of Mombasa, and the West Mainland. Sometimes 2029 maybe, because I can't say 2027, by 2029 hopefully everything will be on the go. But the government is working hard for sure, yeah, to ensure that at least issues of water at the coast are resolved.
We've split the mission here to maximize the flow. 7 of these boreholes are dedicated to the south, quenching the thirst of the vibrant streets of Ukunda and the world-famous shores of Diani Beach. The rest, they're pumping northward, ensuring the city of Mombasa never skips a beat. But numbers and pipes are only half the story. The real story is Mwanaidi Sengedza Tembe. At 70 years old, she used to climb hills to just buy water. Today, she's fetching it from a tank we built right in her village.
Nashukuru Mulungu kurerwa mazi niro shirika. Shukuru manake napata mazi ya damu wangu ananua mazi. Shukran.
I thank God for the water brought by this agency. From Wanaitis home to the classrooms of Kwabulo and Tononoka Secondary, we are ensuring over 1,000 learners can focus on books, not thirst. And in Nyali, entrepreneurs like Evelyn can keep their kiosks running even when the power goes out, thanks to our community boreholes.
Kwa majina naitwa Margaret Evelyn Alseshe, mkaazi hapa Mkomani. Hii maji twashukuru sana. Imetusaidia tangu iwekwe hatuna shida ya maji, lakini hapo awali ilikuwa stima kama imepotea huu mtaa wote, watu watahangaika kwenda yani maji ya kununua. Haya inaponunuliwa pia huko stima kama imepotea hakuna. Sasa mtakaa tu mpaka stima itakaporudi. Isiporudi sasa ni mahangaiko tu. Lakini tumeshukuru sana kwa hii maji. Haswa mimi nilikuwa natumia maji mengi sana. Lakini sasa hii nashukuru.
We have 5 small and medium dams which are to be fast-tracked because His Excellency the President, you know what he says, that a developed country is a country which is self-reliant in terms of food security. So all WWDAs were told to identify small and medium dams which can be used for water supply, domestic consumption, and also irrigation. We've identified at the coast Haboye, Mwatate Dam, Rare Dam, and of course Makamini, which is ongoing. But also, there is also a dam which has not been utilized at all. We are working with the government to ensure that we procure a water treatment plant. The Mkurumudzi Dam and the Gongoni boreholes. The Mkurumudzi Dam has a capacity of 3 million cubic meters storage capacity, 3 million cubic meters, and the 9 boreholes at Gongoni which are high yielding. These were just handed over to us last year by the government, and currently we are looking for funds to build the water treatment plant, do the piping so that this water can come to Ukunda and its environs, and also go to Shimoni where we have the port. To cap it all is to say that the government is working very hard to make sure that people get fresh water, and also the idea of food security, the development of dams, both for agriculture and water consumption, domestic consumption. As it is, the government is working very hard to ensure that this infrastructure is built for the good of the country.
We've laid 500 kilometers of pipeline. We've brought 56 boreholes back to life. We've built the tanks that tower over our landscapes. But as our leaders will tell you, the journey to a water-secure coast is just beginning. Continuous flow, constant growth. That is our promise. We are Coast Water Works Development Agency.
Water for generations.